Yes, people, hope you're good and welcome back to a new video. Yesterday's video, for some reason, didn't post with sound, so I've remade it, and this is what this is going to be. So I'm going to break down how I took two pending limit orders on gold in the opposite direction of the trend, so it can just show you a strategy on how to trade gold, how to make use of taking profit when other people are, and I want to break down how these two positions gained 3R. So this is on the 15-minute time frame. I'm just going to go into the 4-hour to break down the actual analysis. When it comes to your bigger time frames, and to be honest, all time frames, I do like having a more outlook and a more zoomed out view of the market. When we are looking at gold, the biggest thing that you want to be looking for in terms of tradable opportunities are things like this. So you can see there, that is a large wick, and it can be on a high, it can be on a low, something like this. These are the best areas where price may react in the future. So you can see here, we had a large wick reaction, price came back, and same again, reacted to that there, everything's good. So gold itself, you are looking at large wicks on highs and lows, and that is how you are going to find your key levels. If I draw a wick here, as you can see, obviously we've had sometimes it doesn't respect, but for the most part we had a bounce, a bounce, a bounce, 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 so on and so forth. So you can see what happens in the past happens in the future, and that's the way that I view the market. So if I just do a little bit of a rewind here when it comes to gold, this is what I was basically looking at. What I identified initially was that we had a key level here. So you had a large wick reaction there, another there. You could argue that you had a little bit of a reaction there, but I'm mainly focused on the biggest touch points when it comes to gold. As well, if we look at another area, this would be a potential area to look at moving forward. And then you've also got a wick reaction here in the form of this low here. So for whatever reason, price came to this area and bounced and did a large move of over $40. We don't know why, we don't know the reasons. However, we know that because it's happened in the past, it may happen in the future. So what I then did, drew some Fibonacci's onto my chart. You could use EMAs, you could use trend lines, you could use volume. Whatever you want to use is exactly what I would do. So you see here, we have the wick, we have the Fibonacci, everything looks good. So that would be one of my limit orders. The next limit order came from up here. So Fibonacci from this move down, same again, we had another Fibonacci here. What did we do in terms of your zone? You've got a large wick there. These are now your areas. So if I get rid of the Fibonacci, these two zones of confluence, let's call them, are your entry areas. So when it comes to TP and stop loss, what are you going to do? What you can do is set your limit order. And what I would do is this zone here, if we look, went from, call it 4210 up to 4220. So you can see here, when you're looking at about it, if you're looking at, 70 pips, 100 pips, whatever that may be, double the zone size, because if your area of confluence is so many pips, double that to allow yourself some potential drawdown to make sure that you're not tagged out of the trade early. Same again here, we can see the stop loss on the trade above was 200 pips or 2,000 gold points, and the zone itself was about 100 pips. So that's the reasoning for that. Now, if we go into, let's say, the 1 hour time frame, let's just play out a few candles. Price, what happened was price started to rapidly pump to the upside. So gold had some bids in long positions. And if we look, you can see this is exactly what happened. So if I now go into the 15, price came up into this area of confluence, perfectly tapped the zone and the entry, and then push down for a 1.5 risk to reward. I personally like to find 1.5 risk to reward with a good win rate is enough for me. Obviously, everybody's different. The lower your win rate, the higher your risk to reward. The higher your win rate, the lower your risk to reward. And that's literally just how it happens. So this trade here, literally in about 45 minutes or 30 to 45 minutes, triggered you in and hit TP. So that trade would be done. And then the second position, same again, volume into the area, price tag to the zone, and then same again, in about an hour, you've got your TP. So there you have 3R or 3% gain, depending what you're risking. If we now go to the 4 hour, what I'm going to do is show you an example of moving forward, how I would have trades kind of planned out. So when it comes to it, all this analysis that I do here through these videos is sent to the groups, and obviously the link to them are in the description if you are interested. Not bothered if you join or not, it's completely up to you. It's free. If you want to be part of the paid channel as well, it's completely up to you. When it comes to the next zones of interest, same again here. Draw my Fibonacci. So this is one of the Fibonacci's I would have on the chart. And all we're going to do is look at our areas confluence. The 38, you can see there was a reaction. The 50 is in line with this. So we have a large wick and a large wick there. So then if I draw my zone like so, you are looking at a zone of about 90 pips. So that would mean that your stop loss would be 1,800 or 180. You're literally just doubling the size of your confluence zone. Yes, it looks tight, but ultimately these are wicks, so you're expecting wick reactions. In terms of a TP, same again, 1.5. You're not in it to be greedy, you're in it to make money, and that's the way that I like to do it. So that would be that position. This trade here, 61 fib, you've also got wick there, and we can involve that. This zone itself is about 1,300 pips, which would mean you would have a 2,600 pip or a 260 pip stop loss, depending how you look at gold. So same again, entry here, 2,600 it would be on gold, and then your TP, same again, 1.5. Now the beauty of limit orders is that you don't have to be sat at the chart all day. You could have a job where you can't access the charts, you can't, look at the markets throughout the day. So if you set these limit orders like so, then you're in a good spot. Same again with the buys. So if we look, price has currently done a big move to the upside. And if we just mark out a few areas where there's some large wicks, so something like that. Where else is there some nice big wicks? Something like that. And is there anything down near here? There's not really anything too good here. Yes, this is a large wick, but it's all clustered. You want these big standalone wicks, which have also had previous reactions in the past. And then you could argue that's a wick, but it's not the biggest, but we can maybe put it just for analysis purposes. So 38 Fibonacci, key level, you've got a zone there, simple. Here, this would be quite a larger zone, but you've got another zone here. And then you've also got another confluence zone if you want to take maybe a bit of a higher risk there. So here, you've got 3 areas of buys and areas of sells as well. Simple as that. Okay. If we then draw a Fibonacci from this one, just to show you the analysis at the top. Large wick, 78 Fibonacci, lines up, take the trade. Simple as that. 1.5R, your stop loss should be double the size of your zone, and that is how to trade gold. Simple as that. So, any questions, drop them below. Hopefully this is recorded with audio this time, but I guess we'll see. And then, yeah, links to everything are in the description. And if it's helped you, subscribe and potentially drop a like.